Hello and welcome back to my channel, and in this video I would like to fulfill the solo RPG challenge for the month of February. And for this month we have to play, or actually to use, a song in a one-shot session. There is no specification of how we should use the song. It could be just as an inspiration. You could just use this in order to define your adventure, or it doesn't matter. It's just up to you to decide and to define how you would like to do it. And in my case, I picked a song. I do not know why actually I have chosen this song, but the song is called Fear of the Dark. Yeah, and it says, I am a man who walks alone, and when I'm walking a dark road at the night or strolling through the park, when the light begins to change, I sometimes I feel a little strange, a little anxious when it's dark. Fear of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something is always near. Fear of the dark. I have a phobia that someone's always there. When I was trying to think about a song that could inspire me or that I could use somehow, this song just popped up in my mind. So I just got this. Okay, this is the song that I'm going to use as an inspiration. And as far as the system is concerned, I have been playing Dragonbane now. I was considering of using maybe Year Zero Mini or Cairn or any other hack. There is one called Plight, and I was considering of using that as well. But I would say I'm in love right now with Dragonbane, so I have decided to use this. But how am I going to combine a song to one-shot session? Is actually not so much difficult, at least as far as I thought. Maybe it will be. Let's see how it goes. But this song has some waypoints, as it is called in the Alone in the Deepfall Breach. We have these solo rules, and it is suggested that we create some waypoints, and I can see some waypoints in this song that we can use. So navigating waypoints, mission threads, and so on. And we do have a thread as well. I'm just going to define right now what it could be. Who is going to be our character? I do not know yet. I'm going to roll it still, but I know that I am a man who walks alone. So no companions. I'm just a guy alone. A man alone. Actually, Man Alone is a great channel that I have been watching as well, and he has been playing Dragonbane. So if you like Dragonbane, if you like solo, and if you would prefer to have a better grammar in the videos, please listen to his actually watch his channel, his videos, because they are really great. So it says at the night or strolling through the park. So instead of park, as this is a medieval setting, I would say forest. So I would say that the first waypoint is a dark forest. Then we have the fear of the dark, fear of the dark. I have a constant fear that something's always near. I would say that this is the threat. We do not know what, but the threat is that something is watching us. And it has been following us, maybe. So, but we do not know what it is. But we can feel the darkness. We can feel the threat. And if we go to the second block of the song, it says that, have you run your fingers down the wall? And have you felt your neck skin crawl when you are searching for the light? So this part tells me that we might have some kind of dungeon, and I do not know. I mean, I'm going to roll these more details by using the Alone in the Deepfall Breach module, but just defining the waypoints. But the next part of the song says, have you ever been alone at night? Through you heard footsteps behind and turn around and no one's there? And as you quicken up your pace, you find it hard to look again because you are sure there's someone there. This is the top of a tower. Yeah, I already managed some stuff. So um, we are in a journey through a dark forest. Yeah, these are trees. I know. I know that I am very skilled, and we need to pass through it in order to reach, I would say, some mines, and maybe we have these old mines, and we know that we will be able to find our way through it in order to reach the other side of these, I would say, maybe a lot of mountains or hills here. And in the other side, we know that we have this tower. Yeah, so at least three waypoints. Maybe we might have more waypoints here and maybe even here and here. But as the challenge is to play a one shot, I would like to try to fulfill it in one single video. So in the Dragonbane rules, we have here creating adventures, and we have these tables here. So I can roll a quest just to try to figure out what we are doing in a dark forest and why we are going to a top of the tower. So let me roll. It's basically I need to roll one die of each type. So I'm going to get this one because it's easier to identify them. And let's see. So in the bustle of the marketplace, a messenger from Davanor, a secretive elven hunter. Oh, okay. And now I have 5. I have return. Then I have 6. And 6 is ring. And then 7, Brother Grey. So I just kept return a ring to Brother Grey. And something dark, maybe dark forces, are looking for it. And if I roll a halfling as my main character, it will be a very fun story. So let's see about the journey. So we do have tables for the journey as well. So let me roll it. So we have ardors with unpredictable weather and inaccessible roads. Dark forest, heavy rain, and no road. So it's a difficult terrain. The mines are in a soggy bog. And what we can find there, an ancient cave. We can find an ancient cave. D12 says that we might have there some strange symbols. So the adventure site, we have the tower and we have a dungeon. So I'm going to roll this and let's see, maybe it's going to be for the tower. Okay, I will think about this later. So let's roll the adventure site. So it's an easy one. No one lock at the door. There is a somber tomb and D8 bandits and a large minotaur and a magic mirror. And finally, we need to fight or defeat a terrible wraith, Princess Nadilara. Okay, after some thoughts, I have decided to make it a little bit simpler. Let's say that some adventurers, they got a ring in a tower, in a tomb actually, and they brought this to the village nearby. Unfortunately, this ring has evil magic, or it is cursed. And since then, very weird things have been happening in the village. And Brother Grey saw that, and he identified that actually the source of this evil is within the ring. And he knows that this ring used to belong to a princess, Princess Nadilara. And the adventurers actually they got it from her tomb. And maybe this is the reason that bad things has been happening in this area. So Brother Gray actually asked us to return the ring to the right place. He says that there is a hidden passage in a cave, in a swamp, in a bog, in a soggy bog. In order to go to the tomb, I would say in a easier way, in order to avoid to go through the mountains and maybe even other threats. It is way faster if we just go through the dark forest and then through the caves. We can just solve the puzzle in order to open the hidden passage to the tomb. So it's not a tower anymore, it's not a tomb, it's not a mine, it's just caves, and the dark forest is still the dark forest. And this is our mission. And the threat is that there is something that is trying to get the ring back, maybe. Although we rolled that we have some bandits. And I do not know, maybe these bandits heard about the ring as well, and maybe they are going to try to ambush us once we reach the tower, or maybe they are a group of adventurers or raiders that are trying to that are heard about some treasures in this tomb, because I assume that there are other ways to reach this tomb as well. So not only this is just a safe passage, not so safe because we might have some threats here. And that's it. So I am trying to define the whole adventure at once. This is not the case. I should not do this. I should now roll my character and then we see what happens. And in order to do that, I like to roll 6 times and just apply the value on wherever attribute I want. But before I roll the attributes, I need to know what am I going to be. And I need to roll first my kin. And for the kin, it is a d12. And let's see what's going to be. 1, a human. And then I can roll my name. And it's going to be 1d6. 2, Tim. So let's roll now a profession. A mage. Ooh, okay. So a human mage. I'm not sure if a mage is going to survive, but let's see. As a mage, I need to roll first my gear. So it's a d6. And I have an amulet, a grimoire, sleeping pelt, torch, flint and tinder, d6 food rations, and a d8 silver. So I do not have any weapon. So d6 food rations, I have 2, and d8 silver, 5. And my nickname, Shadowbringer. Team Shadowbringer. My age, 3. I'm young. Just going back to the mage, I need to define my school, and there are 3 in this game. So there is this animism, there is the elementalist and mentalist. So I'm going to roll a 1d3. Okay, d6 and 1, 2 is going to be animist, 3 and 4 elementalist, and 5 and 6 mentalist. So I'm going to be a mentalist. And let's roll the attributes now. So it's going to be 46, and I need to keep the 3 highest number or remove the lowest one. Whoa, okay, good. So I have already a 15. Whoa, okay, too soon. And I have an 8. A 9. Another 15. A 13. And the last one, a 13. Okay, so as a mentalist, I see that the starting skills are more acrobatics, evade, brawling. So maybe it is kind of a monk, maybe. So I'm going to, I have 15 twice. So I will put 15 in agility and the other one in strength. Or actually, no, it's going to be 13 here and 15. I'm going to put this in the constitution because I'm going to have more hit points and I need willpower to cast magic. So I'm going to put 13 here. And now I have an 8 and a 9. So I would say 9 in intelligence and 8 in charisma. And now I need to choose my skills. And yeah, so I will just skip until I have this character already completed. Okay, so I already wrote these skills. Now I'm going to roll weakness. And it is a D20. 20. It's haughty. I look down on everyone I meet. Okay, so it explains his low charisma. And let me see, memento. 18. Okay, a hat. Your mother's or father's ragged old hat. I can buy now some gear as well, but before that, let me roll some appearance trait and a prominent tattoo. Okay, it's a monk. I am a monk, definitely. I'm a very arrogant monk. So now I do not have heroic ability because as a mage I have my magic, so I need to write this down. However, I do not have any weapon, but I do have some money. I have 5 silver, so I'm going to see if I'm able to buy at least a stave because I got this stave ability. So staff is not so. Oh, it's only 2 silver, so I'm going to buy a staff to my character and maybe other stuff. And yeah, and I'll be back soon. So the character is done, and this is going to be my threat die. Tim, in the end, I see him as a monk, a really young monk, and maybe he works in a temple. And Brother Gray just asked him to go with this ring and delivered it to the tomb. And he says that I would need to go without being noted. And he tells us about this shortcut through the caves, but he says that we might have faced some trouble there. So now we need to go through the dark forest. And as this is our first waypoint, I will roll to see what we can find there. And by following the exploration tables that we have in the module, I need to roll first a d4 to see how many location details I might have. So I'm going to have 4, meaning that I need to roll 4d4 and see what it could be in these tables here. So 4d4, I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 2 contents and 2 environmental. So 2 contents and 2 environmental. Let's see what we have. Maybe I need to put this here. So content, environmental, and environmental. So we have toppled pillars. Okay, we are in a forest, so instead of pillars, I would say huge trees. 15 haggard scratches. Maybe in the trees we can see maybe some claws, like it seems that there is a beast here somehow. For the environment, there is this concealing mist and stagnant pool. So, but instead of a pool, I would say maybe a lake. We can see the drops of rain on the surface of the lake, but the lake seems to be calm with this mist on top of it as well. Maybe there is this mist everywhere. It's not night, I would say. I wouldn't go there through the night in the dark forest. But as there are these tall trees, I would say that the sunlight it's really low here. So we can see our path, but we cannot see too much far away. So this is what we have. And Tim sees this lake. I would ask the oracle if if I can see a way of crossing this lake. Is there a way? Do I see something, maybe a bridge or maybe another path to go through this lake? And the answer is yes, I do see. What is it? I'm going to roll in this other table here for inspiration table, and I will roll a thing just to see if it can help me. 2. Captivity. I think maybe a fishing boat. I would say, yeah, maybe a fishing boat with the net there as well. But I'm not sure about the condition. How good is it? 6. Okay, 6 is, if I go to the quality table, it says precious. Okay, so I would say it's in a good shape. Maybe it belongs to someone nearby. But I can't see anyone here, right? Can I see someone here? I'm going to roll an awareness check to see if I can see if the owner of this boat is close by. And I have a success. So now I'm going to ask the oracle, is there someone nearby that I can see, or maybe some tracks or something? And the answer is no. So I just see this fishing boat, and as I'm an arrogant guy, I would just take this boat and cross to the other side of the lake. And for that, I would say that I need to roll seamanship, not to see if I succeed, but to see how long it's going to take. Because if it takes too much, I will increase the threat level. So I have seamanship only 5. So let's see if I can beat this number. Whoa, 9. So I'm not used to this boat stuff, and it took me a lot of time to get used to it. It's raining, as I said, and I just spent a lot of time to cross the lake to the other side. Eventually, on the other side the lake, I would say that we already are in this swamp or this bog area. And now I need to find the cave. In order to find the cave, I would say that I have some, maybe not a map, but maybe some notes from Brother Gray where I should go, and maybe some hints of where it could be. Maybe he said, okay, through the dark forest you are going to find a lake, just cross the lake to the other side, that we will be in the swamp, and there just go to this direction, that direction, and eventually you will find these caves. And I will need to roll a bushcraft, and I have a low bushcraft as well. And once again, this is something that if I'm not succeed, it's going just to increase the threat level. And I need to remember that the threat, I do not know what it is. But what I can tell is that Tim has this feeling of that someone is following him. Maybe I'm not describing everything here, but because I'm just worried about the how long this video is going to take. But I could try to describe this dark forest. Maybe, as I said, it's really hard to see too far away, and these tall trees. Maybe from time to time, team feels that someone is watching him, and he stops moving and he looks his surroundings, trying to find someone. Maybe once he says, "Is there someone there?" And he's a little bit afraid of it, actually, because he's there alone and he has this ring with him. And he looks at this ring, and he knows that this ring has this evil magic there. So he's in a hurry. He needs to go fast. He needs to deliver this ring. Otherwise, he's afraid that something bad could happen to him. So, in this swamp, he is going to try to find these caves as soon as possible. I need to roll 5 or less in a bushcraft roll. And I have a 17. But one thing, as he has these clues or map or notes, I would say that he has a boon. So I'm going to roll an additional die for this check. And it is a 6. I failed. Meaning that it takes a lot of his time. He doesn't find the way to the caves. Brother Gray told him that it wouldn't be too hard to find, but actually it's not so easy. The forest is big, the swamp actually is big, and he takes some time until he eventually finds the caves. So he's at the entrance of the cave, and I think this is, I would say, the first waypoint in the dungeon area. And I know that we have some bandits and even a minotaur that could happen, that could show up. So the first thing that I'm going to do is to roll how many details we have in this area. So let me see. We have just one detail, and this detail is a content. So let me roll the content, and it is a 17, and it says a sealed antechamber. Okay, so does it mean that we have something blocking the entrance of the cave? I think so. So maybe it's too old. But as I said, I imagine these caves in some kind of rocky area, although we are in a swamp, but there is a lot of rocks there, and maybe it's raining a lot. Maybe some rocks rolled, and these rocks are now blocking the passage. So I think that I would need to do something to clean the area. Yeah, maybe this is, or we would need to sneak in. Yeah, so I would say that maybe we need to squeeze ourselves in order to go through these rocks, or we would need to move the rocks. And in order to do that, it would take a lot of time, since we do not have any proper tool for it. So I'm going to roll acrobatics, and I need a 14 or less. 13, great. So Tim squeezes his body into these rocks, and he finds a way to move to this dungeon, to this cave. And there he needs to light his torch in order to see the first area. So let me roll maybe in the inspiration table, just to see maybe an attribute for this cave and try to imagine it. So it's a 1, so ancient. So we already know that. Okay, so it's an ancient cave. So as the way to it was blocked, maybe the air is heavy here, and we cannot see any evidence of that someone has been here. So it's really a place that was totally isolated, and we just move through this without any sound, anything, but the feeling is still there, the feeling that someone has been following me, although I know that there is no possible way that someone could pass through that entrance. It was blocked, I saw that, and if someone did it, I would have listened to it. So it would have some noise. So I know that I should avoid trying to think that someone is following me, that some creature or something is there, because there is none. So we just move forward through the cave. And as I would say, it takes some time, a scratch of time. Maybe we are moving. I need to roll to see if my torch is still working properly. Okay, it is. So it's I can see my path. But how can I do this now? We know that there is these symbols. We are looking for these symbols here. And I do not know if we have several paths that we need to follow. I do not thought about any mechanic. I could try to bring other tools to this game, but I would like to keep the only the Dragonbane stuff. So I'm going to roll another area in the cave. So I'm going to roll again. Let's see how many details we would have in this new area. So 2. So I'm going to roll 2 this to 4, and I have 3 and a 4. So it's an oddity and a danger. So the danger is going to be the red die, and the oddity is going to be the green one. So 2 and 11. Okay, confounding puzzle. So I would say that we find the strange symbols in a wall. Eventually, after some time, we find these, and we know that this is a puzzle. And the 11 is a hidden trap. Okay, and we didn't know about it. So as soon as we see these symbols, I would say that Tim would be cautious, of course, and he would try to see if there is some trap, or actually I would say that it is a awareness check, because as soon as he sees this symbol, he would try to maybe touch this or approach it, but I would allow him to roll an awareness check in order to see that there is a trap there. Let's see if he sees it or not. 6, and actually he sees it. Great. So he sees that there is a trap, and now he wants to disable it. But this is the problem. He does not have skills for that, and even a toolkit. He's going to try to disable it. And as he does not have any tools for that, he's going to roll with a Bane, and I need to roll sleight of hand, and it should be 7 or less, but I have a Bane. Let's see. I have a Bane, so, and I rolled a 20. What's going to happen is the trap is going to be triggered, and I need to roll what trap it is in this table. So it's a 7. It's a flaming spout. I would be able to roll evade to avoid its effect, but as I had this demon roll, I need to roll a d6 to see the demon effect. So let's see. 5. you trigger an unexpected reaction or trap. Okay, I know that. So what I'm going to do is I will not be able to evade this damage. But how much is the damage? I have no clue. So I'm going to roll a d6 in this table to see the category first, and it is going to be moderate, so I'm going to take 2d6 damage, and I cannot avoid it. 4 damage. So as soon as he tries to touch the symbol, these flames just from nowhere, he didn't see it, so just kept him by surprise and burns his maybe his hands or the arms, and it was too fast, and he suffers 4 damage. But now we do have the symbols, and I think that it is a puzzle, right? We already agreed on that, and I would say that maybe Brother Gray told him how to solve the puzzle in order to open this hidden passage. But once again, I would need to roll for it with an advantage. And I'm going to roll, what should it be? It's an intelligence check, right? But not intelligence, I would need to roll a skill, and I think that maybe myths and legends, or maybe languages. It doesn't matter. I have the same value, base value of 5 here. So it's going to be with a boom. I need to roll 5 or less. If I failed, I would say that eventually we succeed, but the threat level increases once again. So let's roll. Whoa, and I have failed. But I don't want to increase the threat level. I'm going to push this. And what I think that happens is that I'm going to be disheartened. Tim thinks, why Brother Gray asking me to do this? I'm not capable of doing it. It's clear. I can't even remember how to solve this puzzle. So and now I'm here alone. I might even die here and no one will know about it. With this ring that has this evil magic. Man, what I'm doing here? And I'm going to push. Whoa, okay, I succeeded. But after these thoughts, eventually, he's able to solve the puzzle, and a hidden passage is revealed to him. And we know that this passage is to a tomb, but I would like to roll once again. First, if my torch is still there. Yes, it is. Great. And now I would like to roll the content. I'm not in the tomb yet. I'm going to it. And 3 details. And I have 2 contents and 1 environment. So let's see. Contents 10, 13, and environment. So for content, I have fresh corpses. Ooh, okay. Okay. And mummified corpses. This is weird. I have fresh corpses and mummified corpses. And for the environment, we have glassy surfaces. Okay. So I think that these hidden passages leads us to a kind of ancient but noble place. The floor is different. It seems to be a fancy floor, and alcoves in the wall. And we see some bodies on the floor. We know that we rolled that we might have D8 bandits. in this area and a Minotaur. So are these bodies human bodies or humanoids bodies? I would say yes, of course, but I mean it's a creature, it's a monster or it is a humanoid. I would say is yes, so I'm going to keep the highest number. But it's a no. Okay, so it's a no. So actually, what we find here is a Minotaur body. So there is this huge Minotaur on the floor, dead, and I do not know what killed it, but I will check its wounds just to see if I can identify the cause of the death. And I rolled a 4 and I have a healing of 10, meaning that I can clearly see the wounds and I can identify that it was done by weapons. And I can see that it is fresh. Maybe just few hours or few minutes, I do not know. Let me roll a d6, and it means that higher number it would be even fresher. Oh, 5. So maybe few minutes ago, the blood is still warm. It means that there is another group here, and I need to take care. And I believe that I'm going to move to the last section or waypoint of this adventure. And I need to roll how many bandits we have. 6 bandits. So there are a lot of bandits there. So I think that we reach this bigger area. And there are some sarcophagi in this room. And maybe even better and well worked and with better materials. And if we compare with those alcoves that we have found in our way to this place. And there are 6 people there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I have my magic. I haven't used my magic. So I'm going to use this spell called Farsight. And this spell let me see and hear what's happening in a place up to 1 kilometer away. So I'm going to use my spell here. I'm going to spend 3 willpower points, actually 2 willpower points, and I need to roll my magic. I do not have a higher intelligence level, but let's see if I can succeed in it. 7, yes, I can. So we from the Minotaur, we just move a little bit away, and then I use my spell to see through the corridor, and then we see this area, and maybe I imagine a top-down view of the area where we see these 6 bandits, 6 people there, raiders, looking for some treasure in this chamber. So I know that they are there. And I believe that we see the sarcophagi that we are looking for as well. I imagine that on top of these sarcophagi there is this sculpture of a king holding a sword and a stone, set in the stone. Then we have the queen, and then we have another one, a special one for the princess. And maybe I would say it's even smaller. Like maybe she died even before her parents. And I can see that the bandits are there looking for stuff. Will the bandits touch the sarcophagi while I am using my magic? I would say it's probably yes. So let me roll 2 dice. And the answer is yes. So I think that as soon as they open the sarcophagi of the princess Nadilara, this weird sound can be heard. And actually it breaks my spell. I just hear a scream. Immediately my spell is broken. It breaks. But I don't need actually even to use my magic, because I can clearly hear the scream through the corridor. So I know that the creature, or the wrath, the ghost of the princess, is now there and maybe attacking these adventurers or bandits or whatever. So Tim needs to go as fast as he can through the corridors. I think that I would try to speed up a little bit my pace, but as soon as I reach the area, I would try to calm down. I would try to hide myself, and of course, and try not to be seen. So I will roll a sneaking roll as soon as I reach the chamber. Let's see if I succeed in it. Yes, I do. Great. So, and I can see, I would say, this ghost, bluish image of almost like a little girl, but it's not so little actually. It seems to be a little girl, but with a demonic face. And I feel that it touches one of the adventurers that just yells, and I can see that they are in fear in the end. All of them are in fear, and they try to run, or they try to hit the creature, the ghost, with their weapons, and this is a mess. So I know that what I need to do is basically to put this ring back into these sarcophagi, and I need to do this as fast as I can. So I think that the bandits are just attacking this ghost, and it says that it is immune to all damage except magic and fire. They do not know that, so they are trying to attack and so on. And there are a lot of things here. There is this ghost scream. Maybe we hear this scream once again, and maybe as I need to actually roll to see if I can resist this fear attack. So I need to roll my will to see if I am able to continue. 5, great. I'm rolling really great. So Tim hears this scream, but he knows that he needs to fulfill his mission. So he's going to try. I already rolled sneaking, and for that I'm going to allow him to approach these sarcophagi, and he sees that inside of these there is this skeleton of a little girl, and he just gets the ring and put the ring back to the body. And as soon as he does this, I would say maybe some bandits or raiders, they were already wounded by the ghost. Maybe let me roll a d6 to see how many already died during this conflict. 4. Okay, they were 6, so we only have 2 now that are still alive. Maybe 2 afraid, or did they run away? Extremely yes. Yes. So I would say that they even ran away. But as I succeed in the sneaking roll, the ghost didn't notice me. But I think that, okay, there are some bodies there now. 4 of them are dead, 2 ran away. And as soon as I put the ring back, this ghost figure, it seems to calm down and even reduce in size. And then the demonic face turns out to be just a face of a little girl. And I think that she just looked at me, surprised actually that I'm there putting the ring back. And I without any movement of her mouth, I can hear her voice in my mind say, "Thank you, thank you very much," and the ghosts just vanish in the air. So Tim succeeded actually in his mission, and I think he goes back. He doesn't feel anymore this presence, dark presence, and he's able to tell Brother Gray about his adventure and how it happened. And that's it. Great. I think I fulfilled the challenge by using Fear of the Dark song as an inspiration for my session. And I hope you like it, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.